Hey guys, welcome to my top 10 manga of all time. I'm gonna need you to hold on to your butts, because this video is going to be crazy. There has never been so much hype in one of my videos before, okay? So you're gonna have to grab some Mountain Dew, grab some tissues, because things are about to get crazy. I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite manga series of all time. Obviously, it is all in my opinion. It's probably completely different from yours. And while I have read a bunch of manga series, there are still a crap ton I have not read. So if one of your favorite series is on this list, I either didn't like it as much as you, or I just haven't read it. Because, it's kind of hard to read every single manga series in existence. So let us begin with number 10. Death Note. I'm starting off this list with Death Note, and just to think that there are 9 series that I think are greater than Death Note blows my mind, because Death Note is an incredible story, okay? It's super popular. Most of you have already read Death Note. It's probably one of the most common series I see in people's collections. But for those who don't know, it's the story of Light Yagami, who finds this magical notebook called the Death Note. It is from the world of the Shinigami, and once you write someone's name in it, they will die. Now Light decides that he wants to become the god of a new world, killing off all the criminals and create a utopia. However, the irony kicks in, and he ends up becoming the very criminal that he wanted to stop, and then a bunch of detectives team up to try to take him down, without the detectives or Light knowing who each other is. And this has probably some of the best writing in anything I have ever read. It's so incredible. And the artwork is just super good. This manga is very wordy. It takes a really long time to read all 12 volumes, but it is so well worth it. It is just wonderful. The only reason I didn't rank it higher is because the second half of the series I feel doesn't really live up to the first half. However, it was still an amazing experience reading Death Note, and you should definitely check it out. Sugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata are some of the best mangaka ever, and maybe we'll see them again on this list, who knows. Coming in at number 9, we have Attack on Titan. Now, I did say in my collection video that at the beginning of the story, I do feel that Attack on Titan is very overrated, which is probably the reason it's not ranked higher on this list, but it is on this list just because the story the past couple years in this series has been phenomenal. And it's not to say the beginning parts were bad, I just thought, they were a bit cliched and whatever, but right now, the story is amazing. It's painful every time I read a chapter, and I have to wait an entire month before I can read it again. If you guys have seen my chapter reviews, you know how much hype is behind this series right now. Anyway, if you're the one person who hasn't heard about Attack on Titan, basically humanity is trapped inside these giant walls because there are these giant creatures known as Titans who come to attack them. But it turns out that our main character has the ability to turn himself into a Titan, and now humanity is able to fight back. But you see, once the series gets going, you begin to realize that things aren't really right about this world. There are things that don't add up. People begin to question, where do these Titans come from? Is there someone responsible for this? And there's a ton of secrets and mysteries going on, and once some of them get revealed, it is just fantastic. Also, the fight scenes are super hype. Hurry up and get this crap animated. Do you guys know what's great about the number 8? You could split it in half at 2 points, and it will stay symmetrical. Soul Eater. Soul Eater. Soul Eater is a crazy series. It follows these students who go to a school where they learn how to fight with weapons. However, the weapons are actually students themselves, because people can transform into weapons. Sounds crazy, and it pretty much is. This series just embraces how crazy it is. The artwork is insane. It is wacky. All the characters, their personalities are completely over the top. And man, I just love it. But as crazy and as funny as this series can get, it really knows when to, turn it down a notch and focus on the character development and the story and some of the more serious moments, and it is just great. I'm actually going to be rereading this series within the next couple of months so I can bring you guys a full review on it, because I really want to talk more about Soul Eater, because I absolutely love it. Also, if you have only seen the Soul Eater anime and you liked it, please read the manga. Oh my god, it's so much better. Just please do it. We got Bleach at number 7, yo. Bleach, pretty cool. Now I'm on around volume 40 of Bleach, so all the things I'm about to say only reflect that part of the story. So yeah, Bleach is about this dude named Ichigo. Some crap goes down and he becomes a Soul Reaper, which is basically, you know, a Shinigami samurai thing who has to go out and kill monsters. Or hollows, which are basically just corrupted souls. Now the first arc in Bleach is probably one of the best story arcs in anything I have read. I mean, if you have read this arc, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It rarely gets better than this. You have an excellent cast of characters, an excellent story. Like, it's just super exciting and super fun to read. I just plowed through these volumes because I was loving it so much. And then, at the end of this arc, we get this crazy plot twist that no one sees coming. And it just blew my mind. What an amazing way to start this series. Just fantastic. And I love the artwork so much. However, the reason it's not super high on this list is because once you get into the second arc, while I am still very much enjoying it, for a lot of the same reasons, it just really doesn't pack the same punch as the first arc did. However, I will talk more about that when I review the second arc, but as it stands right now, I still really love Bleach, and I definitely recommend you check it out. You know, pick up the box sets, or watch the anime without the fillers. You know, it's all awesome. At number 6, we have Dragon Ball. Now, Dragon Ball, like, I don't even know what to say about it. It's been around for such a long time. It's one of the main reasons anime and manga got popular in North America. And even to this day, it is still insanely popular. So many people love Dragon Ball. I mean, they're still making anime for this and movies. It is just crazy. And you know, there's a very good reason the series is so popular. The manga is excellent. The comedy is super funny early on, you know, a ton of great characters, and as we move into part 2, Dragon Ball Z, the fight scenes become incredible, some of the greatest fight scenes ever drawn. The art is so good, it's so iconic, like really nothing can match Dragon Ball when it comes to this stuff. It's so fast-paced, it's so interesting, it's so exciting, and yeah, I mean, if you've read Dragon Ball, you know what I'm talking about. It's wonderful. If you have not read Dragon Ball and you're a manga fan, no, you've read it, never mind. Alright, so there we go. That was the first half of the list. Now we are moving on to my top 5 manga. This is insane. If you haven't taken those tissues out yet, get on that. One Punch Man is a parody of shonen battle manga featuring this dude, Caped Baldy Saitama, who is a hero who has trained himself so brutally hard that he can defeat any single enemy in one punch. Now, you'd think a series like this, where the protagonist can kill anyone in one punch, would get very boring over time. However, it somehow doesn't. Like, the comedy here, the satire is on point. It is just wonderful. The artwork in this manga adaptation, because it was originally a crappy looking webcomic, but this has some of the best art I've ever seen. Everything is so well drawn. Yeah, this is definitely one of the best new series you can read now. 4 volumes are out by Viz. Definitely pick them up. It's so friggin' good. Also, there was an anime adaptation that just ended. It's also excellent. Definitely lives up to the hype of the manga. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with One Punch Man. It's basically the perfect parody of shonen battle manga, and it is just wonderful. And now, Sugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata have made it back onto my list with number 4, Bakuman. Holy mother of God. This series is so friggin' incredible. Everything I said about the writing and the art in Death Note, it all applies here. It's a very different type of series, but you can definitely tell the same type of talent is behind it. It is just so interesting. It's very wordy, but the story is so good and the characters are so freaking good. It's about these 2 students who dream of becoming mangaka. They dream about being the top mangaka in Shonen Jump. However, if these guys are going to achieve their dreams, they are going to have to work their asses off. And work their asses off they do. The entire series basically follows their journey in the manga industry, all the rivalries, all the cancellations, all the crap that they have to go through. The writing is so on point. and I cared about these characters so much by the end. I was really sad to see this manga end, but I knew it ended in like the best possible way. And one of the most interesting things about this series is that as a manga fan, I got to learn a lot more about how manga is actually made and all the different things that have to go into getting a series serialized. It was really, really interesting. And if you are a manga fan, like, you really, really should check out Bakuman. Like, there's a chance it may not be for everyone. It is a shonen manga, however, you know, it's not really action heavy or anything like that, and I said it's very wordy, but you should really check it out if you are at all interested in how manga is made and just want to experience an amazing story. Oh my god, you guys, we're in the final 3. Oh my god, I don't know if I can take this anymore. The greatness. The greatness I'm about to show you. Just, oh my god. Number 3. Number 3, my channel name is named after this one. Friggin' One Piece, yo. One Piece. One Piece follows the adventure of Monkey D. Luffy as he strives to become the king of the pirates with the help from the Straw Hat crew. And oh my god, guys. If you have not read One Piece, you have no idea what you are missing. This is probably one of the greatest adventure stories ever written. It has been running for 18 years now. 18 years. And if anything, the series has just gotten better over time. The world building is some of the best you will ever see. This is a massive, massive world. And the character development is just incredible. You know, learning the backstories of all these characters is crazy. Like, I can remember almost every minor character in this story. There are literally hundreds of characters, and I can remember almost all of them just because of how impactful their characterization was to me. And you know, it can be lighthearted and funny, it can be dark and sad. And what I love is that the Straw Hat Pirates, they are always on the adventure. You know, they are moving from place to place every couple of volumes. And all the characters they meet along the way, and the adventures they have, and you know, the overarching story for the entire series, it's just so phenomenal. Like, I honestly can't think of anything negative to say about One Piece. And it's friggin' 80 volumes long. How is that even possible, Oda? How do you manage? How do you function? So yeah, if you haven't checked out One Piece yet for whatever reason, do it. I mean, I know it's really long, but it is definitely worth it. I cannot imagine where I would be right now if I have not read One Piece. I mean, honestly, this channel probably wouldn't exist. Okay, now this is probably the most surprising decision I had to make for this video. Ever since I read this series that's at number 2, I was convinced that whenever I would make a top 10 video, no matter what, this would be number 1. In fact, I was so convinced when I made up this list, I just like stuck it there at number 1. I'm like, you know, you're staying there, you're safe, you're good to go. But then after thinking very long and hard about it, I decided to bump it back to number 2. However, being at number 2 doesn't make it any less amazing, and that series is, of course, Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist is a masterpiece from start to finish. It is so good. The characters are amazing. The arcs they go through are incredible. The story is so layered and deep, and there's so much to it in these 27 volumes. It's amazing. The artwork is iconic. It is one of a kind. The comedy is hilarious. The sad moments pretty much make me cry every time. It is just an incredible work of art. It is the journey of two brothers who done goofed in the past, and now they are trying to make things right again. And man, it's crazy. I could sit here for 15 minutes and gush about how much I love this series. However, I already did. I have a review for this series where that's pretty much all I do. So go check that out. And now, we are going to talk about my favorite manga.
Takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Who never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world. closing in beyond the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin, and it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. And it's sweet.
Words cannot describe Vinland Saga. I cannot think of a single word to describe how absolutely incredible this series is. It's about Thorfinn. Thorfinn is a Viking seeking revenge for the death of his father. Now, this series is a historical fiction, so it takes place, on Earth, back in the day with the Vikings going around, so it's really interesting because a lot of the things that are going on in the series happened in actual history. Now, I'm very interested in this stuff, so this series was already very appealing to me. However, I was not prepared for the greatness I was about to experience when I picked up Book 1. Oh my god. Book 1 sets up the main conflict. Book 2 introduces us to a lot of the main characters and builds the world a bit more. But once you get to Book 3, you begin to realize that you are basically reading the greatest thing ever. And once you get to Book 4, you realize that there is a god, and his name is Makoto Yukimura. I mean, the character development alone in this series is absolutely amazing. You will not be prepared for what happens in this series. You really won't be. Every single time I read it, it blows my mind. It is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. I can't say anything else other than just buy this series immediately. X out of this video, go to Amazon or whatever, buy the whole thing. If Kodansha cancels this series, I will truly be heartbroken. I don't even know if I could go on, knowing that we would no longer be getting Vinland Saga in English. That would be just horrifying. So yeah, number 1, Vinland Saga. Greatness, greatness, greatness. So much greatness in this video. That was my top 10 manga of all time, guys. I had a ton of fun making this video. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this video and what your favorites are in the comments below. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video.